My abusive ex died 3 years ago. I just saw her knocking on my door. Hey babe, what's up? I slammed the door in Monica's face. I just couldn't believe it. 3 years gone, and there she was like nothing had changed. People said she could come back. I knew she wouldn't be back. I waited for several long minutes, hoping the next time I opened my door she'd be gone. And sure enough, when I did, she was gone like she'd never been there. I nearly broke into hysterical giggles at the whole thing. I must have imagined her. Monica was gone. 3 years she'd been gone. I went on with my day, pretending it didn't happen. The next morning, I'd managed to push the incident to the back of my mind. So when I opened the door, only for Monica to be waiting outside again, I nearly jumped out of my skin. Babe, can you not? Monica giggled and leaned up against the doorframe. She still smelled of vanilla and lavender, her favorite shampoo scent. Her pearly white grin didn't fade in the slightest as she asked me, "Come on, let me in, we got a lot to talk about." I slammed the door again. I probably nearly got her fingers stuck in the door, but I didn't care. It was her. It made no sense. Monica was dead. Without a doubt, she had died. You don't just walk out the door and go completely off the grid like she did unless you're dead. I pressed my ear against the door and I could hear her loudly sigh, shift her weight from side to side, and then finally walk away while she whistled one of her favorite songs. I called in sick that day, which wasn't entirely inaccurate. Once the whistling had faded into the distance, I'd run into the bathroom to puke. This was insane. Every little thing about Monica seemed right except for the obvious thing that she had been there, on my doorstep. The next morning I was shaking as I approached the door. I begged whatever God could be listening that I wouldn't see her on my doorstep, and it seemed he'd been listening, as there wasn't anyone there. I thanked my lucky stars as I hurried to work. I couldn't have called out 2 days in a row. My manager was a jerk like that. I hoped a few more days of nothing and I could put this whole madness behind me. But when I came out, my heart dropped into my stomach. Monica was strolling down the block, no doubt heading right for the house we'd once shared. I gunned it back home. I didn't care I was in my neighborhood. I needed to beat her back. If she beat me back, it didn't bear thinking about it. I nearly ran my car into the garage door. I didn't bother waiting for it to open. I just bolted from the car and ran into my house, slamming the door behind me and twisting the lock in place. There I waited, panting, cold sweat dripping down the back of my neck, waiting for her. The seconds ticked by into minutes. I didn't let my guard down, though. I knew what I'd seen. I couldn't deny it any longer. I heard a tap, tap, tap of a knock at the door, and I knew before I even looked through the peephole, Monica was on my doorstep. She bounced back and forth from her heels to her toes, a sure sign she was feeling impatient. "Derek? Come on, babe, I know you're in there. Your car's in the driveway, let me in already," she snapped. I responded by turning the deadbolt as well. "I heard that. God, Derek, you're being a real jerk right now." I retreated deeper into my house. I ended up in the kitchen. It was where I'd last seen Monica. I grabbed a knife, just like I did back then. She'd caught me texting my ex, and she no longer believed the lies that we were only friends. I returned to the living room and sat on my couch, gripping the handle so hard my knuckles ached. I loved Monica, but Debbie was just impossible to turn down. Monica paced up and down my driveway, staring at me. She wasn't smiling anymore. I hadn't meant it, doing what I did. I only wanted to scare her, but she lunged at me. First strike, or did I strike first? I couldn't remember anymore. The night came quicker than I thought it could. Monica is still out there. I'm so sorry, Monica. It could be a trick of the light, but she really does look like when I saw her last. Blonde hair, bloodied and plastered to her face. The butterfly tattoo sliced down its middle, the arteries still pulsing and oozing dark red. But now she has that lopsided grin, instead of the look of shock and horror she did when I cut her neck open. Every few minutes she comes up to the door and knocks again, asking to be let in, begging me to be let in, ordering me. "Baby, let me in. We have a lot to talk about." She was home, I need to open the door.